Happy Friday! Coming off another winning day. Let's end the week strong and talk some basketball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back into another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I'm your host, Steven, and we've made it to the end of the week. Congratulations. It is almost the weekend. It's been a good week for us. After two absolutely horrendous weeks for me, this week has been a good bounce back. So far, we are 9-4, up 4.32 units. So hopefully we can end the week strong and just make it a really, really nice week. So real quick, before we get into the video, you have heard me talk about Better Bet app. It is a sponsor we have, and I don't partner with anybody unless I believe it can help you guys and things like that. But if you're actually wanting to be a long-term bettor, this app is absolutely incredible, and we have a quick 2-minute video to explain how it works. And so be sure to pay attention because it is something that can truly help you. So let's roll the tape. This is Better Bet. BTR Bet is a set of tools for the modern gambler that makes it easy to find, track, analyze, and share your sports bets all in one place. Use the snapshot tool to see all your current action and the state of live games, regardless of where it's placed. Better Bet automatically syncs your bets from your linked sportsbooks into a gambling diary that you can export to help make filing your taxes easier. Use the recap tool to analyze the performance of your bets by sport, league, market, and bet type. Look at your data across a variety of time ranges like yesterday, this week, trailing 7 days, last month, trailing 30 days, trailing 90 days, year to date, and last year. Once you've selected a time range and data grouping, you can then view your performance by odds range to see where you're likely to be long-term profitable and where you're losing over time. In the market search tool, you can find lines for the markets you care about from all the books you use. We'll show you the real-time markets from all the books and show you which book has the best line for each market. Once you've selected a market, you can place a bet at the book, giving that line with just a click. If you've linked that book to your Better Bet account, it will appear in your snapshot and will be analyzed in order to help you find better bets in the future. After you've placed a bet, you can share it with the Better Bet community or via a public link. Bets shared this way are automatically updated, and your post will show whether your shared bets were won, lost, or are still pending. You can also share analysis from your recap page in order to share where you're doing well and where you might benefit from help from the community. You can customize your Better Bet social profile and share your past performance and all your posts in a single place. You can also export your betting data from the Better Bet, which makes filing your taxes easier. If you have specific tax questions about sports betting, make sure to sign up for Better Bet's Tax Prep Beta, and they'll connect you with one of their partner tax prep pros who can provide you all the help and answers you need. For just $35 a month, Better Bet's tools will make you a better bettor. Try out a live demo at app.betterbet.app/demo and learn more at betterbet.app. All right, there it is. Be sure to click that link below for the Better Bet app. It is pretty freaking awesome. It can really help you out and stay organized. But if you have any questions, leave a comment below. Me or Zach will get back to you. So that's what we got. It's dad joke time, baby. Here we go. I got one for you. I went to a concert for just 45 cents. It featured 50 Cent and Nickelback. Not too bad. I should have said 50 Cent, But anyways, for those that are too young to know who Nickelback is, go Google it. You should know, though. But anyways, in this video, we're going to recap yesterday, and then we're going to talk defenses that give up the most points, rebounds, and assists to the center position. And then, of course, we got the best bets, and then we talk a little Friday parlay and wrap it all up with the bets recap. So hit that like button, leave a comment below. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We have officially reached 21,000 subscribers. Now we are on our way to 22,000, my favorite number. Not 22,000, but 22. But I want to just say thank you, all the members that have been here forever and all the new members coming in. It's been awesome. So on the way to 22,000. But I'm ready to talk some basketball, and it starts with the recap. All right, there it is. We hit the two bets from the video yesterday. And the first bet, it hit pretty much at the exact same time. Kyle Kuzma, 20-plus points at Damian Lillard, 6-plus dimes. That was pretty awesome. Lillard ended up with 9, and Kuzma ended up with 23 points. So that was a nice, easy one. And then we had the teaser. Thunder minus 4.5, Knicks minus 5.5. Knicks, easy winner. The Thunder made us sweat it out a little bit, but they ended up winning by 9 and pulling away. If you had the Thunder minus 9.5, that was brutal because they only won by 9. But either way, 2-0 on the video. And then the added play, Nikola Vucevic. This is how close we were to a 3-0 sweep in our second sweep of the week. Vucevic had a floater with 3.5 minutes left. He just missed it, and he ended with 19 points, and they got taken out, all the starters, with like 3.5 minutes left because of a blowout. And that's where he ended, at 19. So it is what it is. Game of inches. But 2-1 day, like I said, 9-4 on the week and over 4 units. So trying to bounce back out of that hole from the last 2 weeks. But there's all the overall record and all the records from each different segment. So that's what we got. Let's end the week strong, though. And before we get into those best bets, let's talk the big men. All right, we start with the most points given up to the center position last 15 days. The Jazz and Mavericks are just taking the cake. Only 2 teams over 30 points per game given up. And the only matchup we have here is the San Antonio Spurs facing Nikola Jokic, the front runner for the MVP, to try to win it for a third time, averaging 27.5 points per game. So that's obviously an incredible matchup, as long as there's no huge blowout and things like that. So that's the only matchup today, but take a screenshot. This can help you through the weekend like the other positions we do every single day during the week. Let's go check out rebounds, and we have 0 matchups for you. How sad. I know, it's too bad. But anyways, at least it helps you. Raptors up there. We're going to talk about the Raptors and their terrible defense later. And then Wizards, Cavs, so on and so on. How about DeAndre Ayton? 17.7 rebounds per game in the last 15 days. He's been an absolute monster lately. But anyways, that's the rebounds. Let's go check out the assists. And we only got one matchup for the assists, and it's the other side of that same game. The Nuggets facing Victor Wet Bananas of the San Antonio Spurs. 4.5 assists per game for him. Nuggets giving up a little over 5. You know, take this for what it is. Obviously, from the 1 to the 10 team, it's only just barely over 1 assist, so not huge difference. But anyways, take a screenshot. You got the usual guys up there. Sabonis and Jokic averaging way more assists than any other center out there. But Kelly Olynyk has been playing pretty well and putting up some numbers for Toronto. So that's the points, rebounds, and assists to the center position. And now it's time for the best bets. All right, this segment of the show is brought to you by Better Bet. That's BTR Bet, the best place to find, track, analyze, and share your bets. We just talked about it earlier. So here we go. Bet number 1. It's a money line parlay. Let's see if we can stay hot with these. Give me the Magic and the Pelicans money line parlay at -116 on FanDuel. So let's first start talking this Magic team. This is an absolutely incredible matchup. I knew it was before even researching the data, but let's just talk about a couple good matchups. So they're facing the Toronto Raptors. They've just been bad. It just is what it is because they're missing so many players. But the Magic, the number 1 rebounding team in the league the last 10 games. Now, I know it's just 10 games, but over the course of the season, they're top 3. That's not some fluke or anything. They are the number 1 team. The Raptors, last 10 games is more telling of who they are right now without Jakob Poeltl, without Scotty Barnes. Raptors are second to last. They are 29th in rebounding the last 2 games. Obviously, not having those 2 guys is just a huge detriment to them. So that's the first matchup, which is it's just the best versus the worst. And then the same thing, it's kind of the same idea because we're in the paint rebounding, but this time it's going to be points in the paint. Magic, 8th highest percentage of their points in the paint the last 10 games. 3rd most on the season, so they're usually even higher than that. Obviously, they're not. We all know they're not a team that just chucks it up from 3. They like to get to the rim, score in the paint. Raptors in the last 10 games, they're allowing the 5th most points in the paint. This game is going to be absolutely dominated in the paint by the Orlando Magic. And the Raptors players out right now: Jakob Poeltl, Scotty Barnes, Gary Trent is questionable, and then RJ Barrett, I don't believe is going to play. And by the way, that's just absolutely terrible news. What happened to RJ Barrett? And so prayers to him and his family. That's awful. But yeah, in this game, Magic fully healthy. And like I said, I think they're just going to bully him around a little bit. And last 10 games, this Raptors team, the roster they have right now and how they're playing, their defense is similar to some of the worst defenses out there, like the Wizards and things like that. Last 10 games, they're 24th in defensive rating right now. As you know, I just talked about awful rebounding, awful defending the paint. Their offense isn't even that good, obviously. 21st in offensive rating. It's kind of the Emmanuel Quickly show. That's what it has to be in this game because there's really nobody else. So I almost went with the Magic -7.5 as its own bet. It was just a touch too high for me. So I'm just going to throw them in a money line parlay. So that's the first leg. Second one. The New Orleans Pelicans. They face the Los Angeles Clippers. I know at first thought you think, why would I want to trust this Pelicans team facing a good Pelican or a Clippers team? But let's talk about it. There's a chance we get some real value here because if Kawhi Leonard sits, and by the way, James Harden, this is the second out of a back-to-back for the Clippers. James Harden didn't play yesterday. He might not play again to give him an extended rest with his injury. And Kawhi Leonard was questionable yesterday with back spasms. He ended up playing, but I mean, I could easily see them resting him on a second night of a back-to-back. Why would you push it if he was already dealing with back spasms and things like that? So if he ends up not playing along with Harden, this is going to be great value because this line is obviously going to change quite a bit. And so that's why, this is a chance to get some good value here. So, but the Pelicans are coming off a bad loss to the Cavaliers. And why do I like that? Well, the Pelicans are the number one team in the NBA against the spread after a loss. They are 16-8-1 ATS. You love to see that and a team bouncing back. The team, this line is kind of high for a reason. At first glance, 6.5 seems a little high, but the Pelicans have beat the Clippers already by 10 and 11 this season. And to me, it's a big scheduling spot problem for the Clippers. This is not only a second out of a back-to-back, it's their fourth game in 6 days. And then, of course, they're on the road, had to travel last night. So, um, just based on scheduling spot and who I think might sit out and things like that. And the Pelicans, even if they don't sit out, Pelicans, like I said, have beat them 2 out of 3 games. They can play with them. CJ McCollum could have a decent game because the Clippers have given up the second most points to the point guard position in the last 30 days. So, if they try to stop him, obviously you got Zion and Brandon Ingram. Ingram had a big game against them earlier this season as well. So, terrible scheduling spot for the Clippers. I think the Pelicans at home here take care of business. So give me the Pelicans on the money line and also give me the Magic as my first bet and money line parlay. Now, before we get into that second bet, we have a promotion that is ending extremely soon. So let's talk about it. All right, this deal is ending very soon. And how soon, you ask? It is ending at 3 p.m. Eastern on Friday, so noon my time, Pacific Standard Time. If you have not signed up and you're thinking about signing up for BetMGM, now is the best time. You bet $5, you get $150 instantly in bonus bets. That's right. No matter what happens with that $5 bet, you get $150 instantly in bonus bets. The only way to make it happen, click the link below and go sign up. It only takes a couple minutes, and then go deposit money and put in your first bet. Again, it only has to be $5, and you get $150 instantly in bonus bets. So I just want to make sure you guys knew that for those that are in an eligible state for BetMGM, because the time is running out for this promotion. So that's what we got. You must be 21 years or older to gamble. If you have a gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Now, back to the bets. All right, this next game takes us out to San Antonio, Texas. We got the Spurs hosting the Denver Nuggets. Nuggets minus 9.5. Total in this game, 222.5. Nuggets against the spread, 30-34-2, 14-18-1 on the road against the spread. And the Spurs are nothing. I mean, 33-33 and 15-15 at home. So nothing there. We got 2 under teams, though. The Nuggets, the number 3 under team in the NBA at 40-26 to the under. And Spurs are 33-21-2. Sorry, 33-31-2 to the under. So if I had to pick a side, I don't really know, to be honest with you. I'd probably maybe lean Nuggets if I had to. But my best bet, and it's one of my favorite plays of the day, Nikola Jokic over 24.5 points at minus 125 on ESPN Bet. This may be my first time betting on Jokic on anything other than a triple-double, to be honest with you, but this line absolutely jumped out at me when I was looking through these, because I just knew already in the back of my head this is a great matchup, and I thought this line would be a little higher. I thought I'd at least start at 25.5, maybe 26.5, but Jokic is facing Wemby, which could be a fun little thing to watch. The future of the league facing the best player on planet Earth, maybe about to win his 3rd MVP. But the Spurs, they are giving up a crazy high, second most points per game second most points to the center position in the NBA. Recently, Sabonis had 31, Şengün had 45, Chet had 23. It goes on and on. Jokic is averaging 26 points per game. So we're just asking Jokic to score 25. He's averaging 26. Just hit your average, a little below your average, in an absolutely great matchup. And this line, I think, will be 25.5 soon. Maybe it already is by the time you see this. But Jokic is coming off a terrible 12-point game versus Bam Adebayo. Last time he scored under 20 points, he put up 35 the next game against the Lakers. This is not a guy who struggles for very long. And he had 39 points against this Spurs team earlier this season, for what it's worth. It was a little while ago. But he's scored 25-plus points now in 5 of his last 6 games. I just think this line is too low, to be honest. The only worry in the way it doesn't hit, in my opinion at least, is if it's an absolute blowout. And I mean like 30-point blowout. He doesn't play the half the third, all the fourth, things like that, which it's the Spurs. It could happen. But let's talk blowout a little bit. Spurs have been kind of competing. I know. It's shocked me too. They've lost the last 2 games, or lost the last game by 1 game to the Warriors by 10, the Rockets by 2. They beat the Warriors in another game. They lost to the Kings by 2. They beat the Pacers. They beat the Thunder. I mean, they are actually competing. It's crazy, but it's good to see. It doesn't mean I'm not going to sit here and try to predict blowouts because that's the most impossible thing you can do. But they've only lost by more than 10 points one time in the last 8 games. So that's something you'd like to see because if Jokic is getting full minutes, I don't see any possible way he doesn't score 25 or more points. So that's my best bet. Give me Jokic over 24.5 points. I got this at minus 125 on ESPN Bet. And now, I don't exactly have a Friday parlay yet, but I have a lot of ideas. So we're going to just talk through some bets and some basketball. That's what I like to do. So here's some ideas. It's not official yet or anything. I'm not putting these bets in together for a parlay, but Colin Sexton over 21.5 points, not a bad idea. You could also go 20 plus points if you want to play a little safer. There is now no Jordan Clarkson. He is out for this game. There's already no Lauri Markkanen. He's going to play huge minutes. Jordan Clarkson being out is pretty big. He's probably going to get some extra minutes. And Colin Sexton is just awesome. Obviously, you know I like him. But Hawks give up the second most points to the shooting guard position. So it's a great matchup. Hopefully DeJounte Murray is guarding Keontae George. They are better against point guards. I think Sexton could absolutely go crazy in this game. But all I need is 21.5 or 20. Next one, Bam Adebayo under 20.5 points. You could go alt line, which is maybe what I would do to even be safe. Under 22.5 points or 23.5, whatever, however you want to make your parlay, but just some options. He's been dealing with some back pain and just hasn't scored that much lately. 5 straight games now of 18 or less points. He's facing Jalen Duren and the Pistons. The Pistons are actually giving up the 7th least amount of points to centers in the last 15 days. As long as Jalen Duren doesn't just foul him and hack him and send him to the line and give him 6, 7, 8 points off free throws, I think this is a decent little under. So, and if you wanted to do the under 23.5, just so you guys know, he's gone under 23.5 now in 8 straight games. If you do the 22.5 and go under, he's gone under that in 7 of 8 games. So you could do that, or just take the under 20.5 of his own bet. So these are just all options for you. I'm just trying to throw everything as out there as much as I can. So the next one, Paolo Banchero, you could go over his 21.5 or 22.5, or you could just take his 20 plus points. We talked about this a little bit already earlier. Facing the Raptors, they are terrible against defending the paint. We know Banchero likes to get to the rim. So this is an incredible matchup. If they blow out, obviously that's another worry, but as long as he doesn't want to have one of those lazy games and come out aggressive, Banchero should easily hit at least 20 points in that one. So my fourth and final idea, just kind of lean that I'm looking at right now the night before, Devin Vassell under 27.5 PRAs. It's kind of it is a tough matchup facing the Denver Nuggets. They've given up the second fewest points per game to the shooting guard position in the last 30 days. Also given up the 9th fewest rebounds, and they're about average versus the assists. So, and another thing why I like is the Nuggets. They protect or they defend the 3-point line pretty well. They've given up the 4th fewest 3-pointers made to the shooting guard position as well. And when Vassell goes over, I mean, it's not all the time, but it's usually because he's knocking down 3, 4, maybe even 5 3-pointers. So if they can shut him down from 3, and the way the Nuggets play and how slow those games are and everything like that, I kind of lean the Devin Vassell under 27.5 PRA. So anyways, I just want to give you guys as many ideas as possible. I have 2 best bets right now. I will put together a Friday parlay. It will be in the pinned comments. I might have a 3rd added play and have 4 total plays tomorrow, but just stay tuned for it. Again, this is all the night before. We're doing this at 11 p.m. midnight, so we're not going to just jam a million bets your way. We just want to make sure we talk through them. So that's all we got for today. A lot of rambling. Sorry about that, but thank you for the support this week. But let's finish it with the bets recap. All right, there it is. The Magic and Pelicans moneyline parlay minus 116 on FanDuel. And then we got Nikola Jokic over 24.5 points at minus 125 on ESPN Bet. We will add a Friday parlay and possibly another added bet as well. So anyways, hope you guys got some good info from this video. Leave a comment below. Let me know who you guys like for Friday. Maybe some good sneaky bets and all that. You guys have been leaving some good bets in the comments below. So that's awesome to see. But hope everyone has a great weekend. It's been fun bouncing back and getting some winners this week. But yeah, enjoy the weekend. Enjoy time with family, friends. Enjoy some sports. And we'll talk to you soon.